Alright, new recording session. This is the afternoon of the day after my initial recording session, in which I recorded episodes 6 through 10, so this should be going up on Monday, the 20th. Last time we got Edge, and now we're back up in the Tower of Babel, and Edge exists only to get us over this tiny wall. Then you just climb up the Tower of Babel again, and you encounter, oh no, Edge's parents. And they're about to deliver the corniest line in this whole game. There it is. Come with us to hell! And then Cecil just yells exclamation point, exclamation point. And then you get into a pseudo boss battle. If you'll remember, a couple of episodes ago, we fought Dr. Luga, and he transformed into Lugaborg. Luga apparently kidnapped Edge's parents and turned them into these monsters. These are a lot more horrifying in Yoshitaka Amano's The Sky, when you see his actual artwork for these two. They're very true to what he designed, but obviously because he drew them as opposed to this being rendered in pixels, it's much more effective on the page. So I call it a pseudo-boss battle because you don't need to defeat them. You just do a little bit of damage, and then they very quickly come to their senses. And then you have a somewhat longish heart-to-heart between them and Edge. So you see, you just kind of beat them up for a little bit. They don't do much. They cast fire and does like 1 damage. Sometimes they cast fire and it doesn't even hit anyone, as you saw earlier. And here we go. We've done enough damage that they are regaining their consciousness. As you can tell by their oversaturated color palettes. God damn it, Cecil, they're trying to have a moment. Let them have their moment. Aw, poor Edge. Though he's understandably pissed now. Come on, Edge. Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can get over it. Come on. Come on. There we go. And now we have Rubicant, the last of the 4 elemental fiends. Elemental demons? I forget what exactly they're called in this one. He's different from the other ones. He actually kind of likes you guys. He's that trope with the villain who just wants to fight a stronger foe. And that's so kind of him to heal you up right before the fight. God, look at that leg. Look at that just column of muscle. And the way that cape just sweeps right past the balls. Just right past it, just enough to hint at it, just enough to catch your eye. Oof, Scorch is painful. I don't know how I would actually get through this if I hadn't taken the time to power level earlier. So the thing about this fight is, when his cape is up like that, you'll see right there, any element will heal him. He's supposed to be a fire elemental, so he's weak to ice, but with his cape up, even ice will heal him. It's very frustrating, because if you'll remember, in this game, there's a delay between when you select a spell and when that spell gets cast. So trying to cast magic against Rubicant is very dangerous, because there's a good chance that he will switch phases into one where his cape is up before the spell actually gets cast. It's not just elements either. I believe I cast Meteor here in a little bit, and he absorbs that. So in all honesty, for this fight, you might just want to focus on healing your party, and then casting Berserk and Haste on Cecil and Kain. And Edge, if you feel like it. Though with Edge, you can use his newly awakened Blitz skills, especially Flood, to deal... I believe those are instant, so you don't need to worry about his cape coming back up. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. If I'm wrong, feel free to tell me in the comments. Otherwise, it's not a very difficult fight, though. If you do hit him with a couple of spells while his cape is up, all you do is set yourself back a little bit. It's not a huge deal. So he's dead. Kind of surprised that Kain, rather Edge, isn't swearing revenge. Everyone else so far has sworn revenge. Will all the men have? Well, I guess Kain hasn't. So I guess only Cecil and Tella swore revenge. I have the feeling Gramps there was watching from the sidelines and waiting for just the right moment to rush in and look like a badass. Like, oh, we'll help you, Edge. Oh, where is he? Throw me at him. And then, oh, they're gone. I mean, we don't particularly need Edge, though. He's kind of dead weight. He's so far behind in levels that he's just going to die a lot. But, oh well. Oh well. I guess he's coming along, too. But at least we're at the top of the tower, so the crystals are right here in front of us. We just gotta walk forward. Here they are. Just grab them. And uh-oh. Plummet all the way down. So I believe they just fell hundreds, if not thousands of feet. The only one who should be able to survive that is Cain. So now they're back in the underworld, basically. You climb up a few more floors, and you find an airship. But you're still underground. Iridia somehow has a problem with stealing an enemy airship. One of the few times you'll actually agree with Edge in this game. Man, this whole series has a weird obsession with airships being underground. I don't know what it is. Final Fantasy 1 did it, this one does it twice. I think 5 does it, 6 does it. 7 does it, I can't remember about 8. 9 has airships out the wazoo, 10 does it. So you go all the way back to the Dwarven Castle just so you can find Cid again. Still in bed. Well, actually, no, this is the first time we found him, isn't it? Turns out he didn't die from that bomb. Even though he certainly did fall hundreds of feet while riding on a bomb, which was large enough to collapse that gigantic cavern that we opened up in order to get down here in the first place. The cuts and music in this game really are jolting, aren't they? That's something they certainly improved upon. I'll need to consider that when I write about this game, because I hadn't noticed it before for some reason. I think Cid just gave him a good dressing down. Also, it just now occurred to me that every member of my party has a cape. And I have to wonder if that... Uh-oh, that guy's about to die. And I have to wonder if everyone has a cape, just because of the limitations for building sprites in this game. If it was just a lot easier to give them basically a solid shape for their back, as opposed to trying to animate legs and arms. But, unlike Cid in Final Fantasy II, this one is just down for a little snooze. Final Fantasy II, more like Final Fantasy Snooze.